What's in your heart? The speed of change is coming at a lightning speed. This is the power we have now. This is our purpose, our mission. Our responsibility is to guide it, to create the desired future we want. And that's the world we can create. The world's biggest problems are the world's biggest business opportunities. There is no problem we cannot solve. This is the most extraordinary time ever to be alive. And don't let anyone tell you it's not.
Hey everybody, I want to share with you a special moment that I love doing at the end of Abundance 360 every year. This is the closing segment of A360 2023. And I'm going to begin by looking back 100 years at the year 1923. What was the world like 100 years ago? What were the true innovations, the breakthroughs occurring during that calendar year? And then I'm going to take you forward, not 100 years into the future, but just 10 years into the future. So what does the world look like? A hopeful, compelling, and abundant future just 10 years out. And as you hear this meditation about the future, follow along, close your eyes, imagine the world that we're creating. All right, let's jump in.
I want to take you on 2 time journeys. I don't think there's any way in the world for us to really appreciate what's going on today until we look back 100 years. So we're going to go back to the year 1923. So in 1923, there were 13 million cars on the road. There's about 300 million today. Gas was at 14 cents. The Ford Model T cost a whopping $290. A first-class stamp, 2 cents. 40% of homes had electricity, and 35% had a telephone. 1923, the world population was 2 billion. Today, we're just cracking 8 billion. Life expectancy for men at 56, women at 58. Women led the world back then, they still do today. Let's go and hit some of the front page news from the world in 1923. The tomb of King Tut was opened for the first time. Babe Ruth homered for the first time in Yankee Stadium. The Hollywood land sign came online. The word land was eliminated some 1949, so just Hollywood sign. Time magazine came online 100 years ago. So the part that really gets me to understand the extraordinary world we're living in today is looking at the innovations from 100 years ago. But before we do that, I want to remind you what the innovations were in 1922. And myself and my team, we scrub looking for every breakthrough and innovation. Back in 1922, there were 6. The water skis were invented, the convertible manual hardtop, the electric blender, Vegemite, the Eskimo pie, and vitamin E was discovered. Just 6. In 1923, a year later, we doubled. It's going to start getting harder. So let's look at the 12. Schick invents the first electric shaver. Remember, in these years, everything manual was being electrified. Just like today, everything that didn't have AI is being added. Clarence Birdseye invented frozen food in 1923, a big innovation. Sound on film, phonofilm was invented. Zworykin invented the television in 1923. Firestone unveiled the first production balloon tire. And Garrett Morgan patented the 3-position traffic signal with a yellow light. Insulin entered mass production in 1923. The neon light was brought to the US from Paris just to make it a little more lively in our towns. Number 9, Calvin Coolidge gave the first national address on broadcast radio just 100 years ago. Number 10, stable flight from a rotorcraft. And number 11, Herbert Dorsey invents the first practical fathometer, determining ocean depth. And as a pilot, I love this one. Airway beacons replace bonfires to guide flying pilots. All right, what I'd like you to do, if you could, is please stand. I'm going to take you on another time journey, but this time not into the past, this time into the future. This time not 100 years, but just 10 years to the year 2033. If you'd close your eyes for me now, I'm going to read you 10 headlines. They're headlines predicted by the faculty on stage. I want you to think about them. Do they seem crazy or something that might be happening and you might be part of? The first headline is The Dream of Sal Khan. Generative AI enables the highest level personalized tutoring for every child on the planet for free in their native language. Headline 2, The Dream of Tony Robbins. Humanity's second green revolution is now in full swing. AI and biotech have converged to bring food security to 2 billion hungry souls. We're feeding the world. Headline number 3, The Dream of Jacqueline Novogratz. New solar and battery technologies spread like kudzu across Africa, providing every village with abundant electricity. Headline 4, The Dream of Jim Min. Deaths due to heart attacks plummet by tenfold as early detection saves lives on a mass scale. Headline number 5, The Dream of Andrew Yang. Universal basic income has become adopted by all 40 US states. AIs and robots performing full-time equivalent human jobs are being taxed to fund the UBI program. Headline number 6, The Dream of Ray Kurzweil. Cloud-based AI now exceeds human intelligence. Human-level AI as a service is available to anyone on a 6G connection. Headline number 7 is The Dream of Regina. Global biofoundries pump out billions of vaccines and shut down every pandemic. Headline number 8, The Dream of David Sinclair. Age reversal epigenetic reprogramming demonstrated in humans, clinically reversing age by at least 20 healthy years, ushering in an age of longevity escape velocity. Number 9, The Dreams of Elon Musk. More than 50 million multi-purpose humanoid robots are now in use. In the US, such robots have spurred significant debate and new labor laws. And headline number 10, 3 companies achieved commercial scale fusion, offering humanity an unlimited supply of energy to drive increasing standards and increasing global living. Open your eyes and look about you. These are breakthroughs that are going to drive trillion-dollar companies, trillion-dollar industries. You here in the room see it coming. You know it's coming. Others will be in disbelief. Are you going to use this view of the future to drive your MTP, your moonshots, your next companies? You know, the things we talked about on the stage were not even possible a year ago. The speed of change is coming at a lightning speed. Ultimately, it's through the connections with each other, partnering to play a bigger game, to go after the grandest moonshots possible. We create the future. The future doesn't create itself. As I said when we opened, the whole purpose of creating Singularity University and Abundance 360 was to create a conversation and a community and a time where we could not just let the future happen to us, where we could steer the direction we want it intentionally. This is the power we have now. This is our purpose, our mission. There's no velocity switch, no on-off switch, this technology. Our responsibility as leaders is to guide it, to create the desired future we want. So I invite you here now, and in the year ahead, please play full out, right, as you have. Take this energy, because I hope you realize you've forgotten about all the problems in the world during these last 4 days, right? Yes. Haven't you? Yes. And we've been living in an amazing world, haven't we? Yes. Where there is nothing impossible. Right. Where our future is limited only by our commitment of our passionate minds to go and transform, to go and create. So as you head home, as you head onto the stage, please bring this with you. Bring this belief that there is no problem we cannot solve. The world's biggest problems are the world's biggest business opportunities, right? This is the most extraordinary time ever to be alive. And don't let anyone tell you it's not. Do we have problems? Absolutely. Can we solve them? Can we solve them? Absolutely. The tools we have now outstrip what the robber barons, the presidents, the wealthiest people on the planet had just 10 and 20, 30 years ago. You have them as individuals. All the knowledge in the world, the computational power. So the question is, what are you going to do with that? What's in your heart? What are you going to wake up with every morning? Every morning, my MTP is to inspire and guide entrepreneurs to create a hopeful, compelling, and abundant future for humanity, to support you to create that. Because a world in which every human has a hopeful, compelling, and abundant future is a beautiful world to live in. It's a world that no one wants to go to war. It's a world where every mom and every dad has the grandest dreams for their kids. And that's the world we can create. So I thank you and welcome to year 11, and I'm super psyched to have you guys in here year 12. And now I want to hear from all of you. So first, give it up for yourselves. Thank you so much.